Hello, this is David Dean with an update to the weekly item store. And on this, there is a few things going on. Some is really great. In the weekly store, there is some great items you definitely, I would recommend you getting. Over on the event store, not so much. They have the new 8-bit demo Constructor, which is not new at all. He's a reskin. That's all he is. And not only is he just a reskin, but he's a reskin of a hero that you can currently get in the Blockbuster event. And so why would you spend seasonal gold on it until the very end of the event if you haven't gotten him from a Blockbuster llama and you actually want this guy? I do know a few people who enjoy playing the Demolitionist, and it looks like here I have purchased him. I have not purchased him, and I am not going to purchase him, but it was bugged when I came in and it shows it as sold out, which normally I would be upset about, except for the fact I wouldn't have got him anyway. On him, he is a constructor that focuses on his decoy, which decoy is one of my favorite abilities of the constructor, so I like that fact. And he focuses on explosive weapons. He does have one of the smaller constructor bases for protecting the objective. It starts off at 3 tile radius, as do all the constructor bases, and he gets 1 perk to get it out to 4. So it goes a little further, but not all that good for protecting a large area. But yeah, he gets the decoy. Increases explosive weapon reload speed by 35%, so any of those RPGs or grenade launchers are going to be going off a lot faster. And then you start getting perks for the decoy. Reduces cooldown by 15 seconds. Kinetic overload, a lot of constructors get, or I think all constructors get this, where you are doing crit hits with hardware melee weapons, trigger a kinetic overload, dealing additional damage and knockback. Nice thing to have, but most constructors aren't out there besides Tank Petty doing actual damage with a melee weapon all that much. Once again, decoy, enemy attraction radius 1.5 tiles, extending it out further. Here's that 1 perk I told you. Now his base goes from 3 tile radius out to 4 tile. Exit plan, you can run faster on your base, or structures protected by your base. And Bull Rush, a lot of people like Bull Rush. I hardly ever use it. Enduring Machine. This is the main reason people usually want to take the Demolitionist. Your weapon takes 60% less durability damage while on base. So if you have your objective and you put down your base to protect it and you stand up there and you like just firing off RPGs or grenade launchers or any weapon, it will do less durability. The people I see really enjoying playing this character seem to really enjoy doing it with the egg launcher or the snowball launcher, basically the grenade launchers, and they're going off just kind of non-stop, going really fast with that 35% increase, and then the durability is making the weapons just last so much longer, and then they're even slotting the perks on the weapon to increase durability. So it is a kind of cool and fun thing to see. You will just see a storm of snowballs going off by a constructor who has totally focused himself on maxing out the durability of the grenade launcher type weapons. And then the decoy explodes when it's destroyed or expires. The decoy, like I said, this is one of my absolute favorite abilities in the game. The decoy, pulling everything towards it. And then in this case with this hero, you just unload onto wherever the decoy is and taking everything out with your explosive weapons. He also has a squad bonus, which I love. I have it on the hotfixer, but it reduces the cost of buildings by 4%. If you 3-star them, it goes up to 10%. And I always slot a constructor with this perk when I'm doing my big storm shield defenses. But those are my comments on that guy. Like I said, some people do enjoy playing them, but I'm going to pass on them. I can use seasonal gold elsewhere. And where I'll be using it is over here, because this is a hero. On my first account, I wanted the Dragon Ninja from day one. When I got to Twine Peak Storm Shield Defense number 5, 95% of the game completely finished, I finally got him. And so the fact that he's in the store now and extremely hard to get normally, definitely grab him if you don't have him, and if you want to have some fun doing melee damage. Since I began playing the game from day one it started, this has very well been the king of doing damage with a melee weapon in the game, the Dragon. The only thing I've heard people say that really compares to him is an event ninja, the Harvester, that came out. Some were saying that that was better for doing more damage against like smashers and stuff like that. But for me, this guy is just awesome. As you will see, his main thing is the Dragon Slash, which just does a massive amount of damage in an area effect. I love seeing people who know how to play the dragon. They'll just click on one of the encampments. The second they spawn, they just slide right through a Dragon Slash, taking out the vast majority of everything with one ability. It's just great. So let's go through him really quick. Mana Sleep, everybody gets it. Dragon Slash, a lot of ninjas get this ability, but this is the ninja that gets the most perks and the best perks to really do massive damage with it. Return of the Dragon reduces energy costs. That used to be a big deal. Now energy is not as big of an issue as it used to be. Wings of the Dragon. Increase the length of the Dragon Slash by 1 tile. Everything that increases the area effect of this just has a huge impact on the damage you're going to be doing. So this is a big deal. Throwing stars are nice. Really don't see dragons using them all that much, but you got them if you do want to. Shadow Stance. After defeating an enemy with a melee weapon or edge damage, the ninja enters a Shadow Stance for 4 seconds. During that time, they get 15% damage resistance, and Mana Sleep costs 60% less energy. That is nice, but as you're going to see, it's going to keep enhancing. Shroud of the Dragon. Dragon Slash now activates Shadow Stance. So every time you do your Dragon Slash, you get your Shadow Stance. And then, Shadowy or Stance increases the damage resistance granted by Shadow Stance. So you do your Dragon Slash, and at the end, you have 30% damage resistance. Great thing to have. And it keeps building. Smoke Bomb. The ninja throws down a smoke bomb, creating a cloud that persists for 6 seconds. The cloud slows all enemies inside by 30% and deals over 3,000 damage. Great thing to have. I always call them like a get out of jail free card. If you're in trouble, throw this down and you got time to do whatever you need to do. Legendary Blade. Do an additional 35% sword damage while Shadow Stance is active. That is huge, because as we saw, every time you do Dragon Slash, you automatically go into Shadow Stance. So the second you finish your Dragon Slash, your sword is doing 35% more damage, and you're taking 30% or have 30% more damage resistance. And finally, Dragon Slash has double its area of effect, additionally increasing the damage of Dragon Slash by 50%. And the description right here uses the powerful Dragon Slash to destroy large groups of enemies and Shadow Stance to survive the fury of combat. He does have a bonus, which is good for Bull Rush. If you have a Constructor who does that, really not worried about it. But yeah, if you want in the game a change of pace and you actually want to go in and start doing some massive damage with a sword, nobody beats this hero, and you should definitely be grabbing them. Also, Epic just changed up, or basically enhanced, all melee attacks. So yeah, that is a definite recommend. I already have him on this account, so that's why I'm not purchasing him there. Wall Darts. Wall Darts, first, Copper Clipper. Nah, wouldn't recommend it. It's an average shotgun. There's much better mid-range shotguns out there like the Long Arm. But the Wall Darts I have been using more and more, and I will definitely recommend these. one of the main reasons I like recommending them is because I am always running out of nuts and bolts and mineral powder. I have tons of planks, mechanical parts, and twine. So since I have a bunch of this piling up, I might as well make traps with it and be doing some damage. Also on these, wall darts are kind of strange. They detect targets up to 3 tiles out, and then they'll shoot darts out 6 tiles. So they can shoot a very long distance. So what I love doing with these, if you watch my videos doing trap tunnels and stuff, I love putting up 3 tile long wall, a gap, and another 3 tile long wall, funneling everything into my trap tunnel. And that is facing straight out to whatever the spawn point is. But now I've been putting up a lot of wall darts facing out into that spawn point, because while these don't do a lot of damage, they do damage out over a large area, hitting a lot of targets all at once. And the reason I've really been increasing that is because of the Blockbuster repeatable quest. Because I want to be maxing out all of these, or getting as many kills as possible every time, so I can keep getting more amp ups and frost ups and fire ups and RePerks with the mist monsters. So I've been really enjoying putting out the wall darts all over the place and just running up my kill count with them. And so I definitely recommend it, and I definitely recommended taking it up to legendary. Always grab epic or legendary survivors when they're in the store, and I'll be coming back and purchasing those. Base Kyle, decent hero, not a great constructor. I really like Power Base much better, that has the large area effect. Or if you're lucky enough to get HeavyBase from an event 1 or 2 times ago. And then the last one here. Oh, well, the last one would be the golf club. Don't recommend the golf club. Don't even worry about it. But on this one, for Stonewood and Plankerton, to me, ceiling electric fields are probably one of the absolute best traps to get. They do electrical damage or nature damage, so they do much less damage versus fire type. And so that is one of the reasons I don't like them as much in higher levels, when you're getting a lot more elemental husk. But the thing that is great about these, anything that walks underneath the tile with one of these on the ceiling tile, it shoots off an electric field with a 1 tile radius. So you're covering basically 9 tiles that it can do damage out. And you'll see a lot of people placing these over spawn points, and the second the husk spawn, they're getting zapped and taken out pretty hard. And even though I said these things are absolutely, one of the best ones in Stonewood and Plankerton, they are still pretty good in Canny Valley and Twine Peaks. I'm still using them. They're just not as effective, because if they're fire husk, they're going to be doing less damage. But I would still definitely recommend these. On the crafting requirements, they do eat up a lot of nuts and bolts, 10 per, and mineral powder. I usually have tons of batteries and rough ore, don't care about that. But it is a good, decent trap, and even in like Twine Peaks, if you see me do a trap tunnel, I'll almost always, in the very first ceiling tile kind of sticking out in front of the trap tunnel, I'll have the ceiling electric field, just to help kill all those little annoying dwarf husks that come charging in. And this is a great way to clear out a bunch of those really fast. And going back to the same thing I said with the wall darts, I'm kind of more worried about that when running routine missions now, because I really want to get my count up once again for the Blockbuster event, and ceiling electric fields are a great way to do that. Because for the numbers on these, it doesn't matter how many hit points the husk have that get taken out, only that they're getting taken out. And the ceiling electric fields take out a bunch of those little ones really quick. But that's it for the event store. We have the reskin, which to me was totally pointless and just a really sad week effort. And We have been saying, we've been complaining that they keep giving us nothing but soldiers as reskins or new mythic heroes. And so they gave us this reskin, and it really just didn't make sense, mainly when the current event is going on that you can get them in. And that's all that we have in the store. Once again, definitely, if you have any desire whatsoever to play a ninja, grab the dragon. And then wall darts are high recommended, and same thing with ceiling electric field. Absolutely great. And I know I'm adding up on coins. Gold can disappear pretty fast, even though I have a lot right now. But the coins, I hardly ever find anything worthwhile to spend them on, and ceiling electric field is definitely worthwhile. So there you go. Oh, one other thing I do want to mention. I should have mentioned it in the very beginning. Is it showing? Do they have the obliterator? Nope, they took the obliterator out of the store. Let you know, while the obliterator is a sniper rifle, I love it for clearing out buildings and stuff. It does seem to be bugged on the aiming mechanism, which for a sniper rifle, being off even just a little bit with the aiming is a big deal. Been seeing a lot of people talking about this on Reddit. So if you bought it, I think it's still worthwhile, if nothing else, just clearing out areas. And hopefully Epic will be fixing the aiming issue. I really hope they do, because when you are aiming correctly with that sniper rifle, it just does massive, massive damage. But yeah, take care. Have a great one.